Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Two Full, Two Stack. And as always, thanks to CFE.dev for having me on here. Always good, always good. Cool. All right, there we got the chat up. Okay, cool. All right, hope everybody's doing good today. We did another live stream last month on Astro. It's hard to believe a month's already gone by, but it has. Leap year, but still. Yeah, we touched on some stuff that Astro could do. We looked at like some of the file-based routing, some other capabilities, and we looked at some Astro components. And today we're going to continue digging into Astro, and I'm going to work on something practical, like something I actually need. And I am just going to do a quick check to make sure we're live on YouTube. I'm sure we are, but uh, as people who stream probably know, um, you know, sometimes the uh, the streaming part isn't the stressful part, at least for me. It's like, are the lights on? We are live. Yes, we are. Okay, cool. Thanks everybody, and good to see everybody in the chat. So let's go ahead and we're gonna switch over to not pairing view, solo view, but well, half a pair, I guess. So Um, like I mentioned, I wanted to work on something practical because one, I think this would be useful for other people, but it's also something I need to do. So my current site on the right is an 11D site. Big ups to Zach Leatherman, my old coworker at Netlify, for creating 11D. Uh, my blog is still using 11D. I have no plans to move away from it because it'd be a big move and it's honestly working well. But I've been kinda using my own blog and or my own site as yeah, it's Llama City. Side note, but, I added not that I'm some super, animation whiz, but if you go to the other link, it flips, so that's just that's my contribution to society. But what I was saying was, like, so I have this whole streaming section on my own site, and it shows like basically people I've been streaming with recently. There's some old I used to stream on the dev Twitch stream, so that's in there too. But I have a schedule here. So if I come here, and essentially this schedule here is it's coming from Airtable. So just to kind of explain the flow, I use Calendly, and when people want to sign up, I send them the link because it's not a publicly available link, just so that I don't have random people trying to sign up for the stream. I send it to them, and then I run it through a Zap and Zapier, and then that puts it in an Airtable for me. And then basically, there is an edge function running on Netlify for my site, where this page here on the right, it gets cached for 4 hours, and then the next time you request it, it just pulls in the latest, and it just goes and reads from Airtable. And this is working really well, and that's great. But the thing I don't like about it is it's in my actual website, and I I've had this nikki.live domain for a long time now, and well, not super long, but maybe a year and a half. And prior to this splash page you see now, it was always just redirecting to my Twitch channel over here. Um, but basically, I just kind of want it to be a one-stop shop where people can see what I'm working on. And so I'd like to add this schedule here into the site on the left. And the site on the left is an Astro site, of course. Um, yeah, automations. Yeah, for sure. It's the kind of thing, Brian, you just gotta I did all this when just before I started working at Netlify. I think that's when I did it. I basically did this whole cleanup of my website, and then I was like, I know the schedule came after, but like I basically did this whole cleanup of my website because like unrelated to Astro, but on my homepage here. So like I have my latest blog post, and I kind of use uh, Dev 2 as a headless CMS. So I pull in my latest blog posts, and I did all that. I got all that running, and then I was like, even though I had some automations with Calendly and like Zapier eventually, I was like, I was always like just kind of I can't remember what I was doing before. I think I might have literally been just updating it manually on my site saying who's coming up next, or maybe I didn't even have a schedule. I can't remember. but the schedule made a lot of sense. I think one weekend I was just like, I'm doing this. And like I said, it works really well. And there's a couple things I want to mention about it. So if you look at it here, I'll zoom in a bit more. You're gonna see that the time is 1 p.m. Eastern. I'm in Eastern time zone. I'm in Montreal, but if people happen to go to this site, if you go to my website, if you're not in the Eastern time zone, you're gonna see a different time, and I'm using Netlify Edge functions to do that. So essentially, I have the UTC time stored, and then I basically uh, render it based on information from the geolocation data that comes in from the edge function, and so there's that too, which is kind of nice because like whenever I tweet things out or like post it somewhere, I always say like going live at like 6 p.m. UTC, which that's a lot easier than saying like listing every time zone where I think people would maybe be. But if they go to the schedule, they'll see it in their own time zone. So anyways, I digress. But if we come to like this is like the whole schedule here. So this is kind of what I want to bring into over here. So that's what we're going to kind of dig into today. So I think this will be practical because this is something that, maybe not necessarily bringing in an Airtable schedule, but uh, the kind of process is something you want to do. You want to pull stuff from a database or like some API, and you want to put it into your Astro site. So that's what we're going to do. And as a side effect, it's actually going to help me build this out. So let's go ahead and close this and let's move this over here. We'll shrink it a bit. Okay, so this is my Nikki T live site right now, and there's a couple things I did, and like obviously you can deploy Astro wherever, like Vercel. I think they do Cloudflare now, or they always did. Netlify, wherever. But I'm using Netlify. So the first thing you want to do is you need to set up your API keys and stuff. So I've already done this, but basically, using the Netlify CLI, if you run NTL or Netlify, uh, at Netlify, we always just use NTL. So if you want to be one of the cool kids, just use NTL. You can run this command, assuming your site's linked, you can run NTL space env list, and I get a list of the keys, environment variables that I have. I'm not going to show what the values are, obviously, but you can see I've already set up the two things I need, which are the Airstream API, the Airtable API key, and this stream guest base ID, which is basically the list of guests. And you can see that over here. There's just nothing really to hide, but if we go to Airtable, and if I just zoom in here a bit, so got a bunch of people here, but you can see it's all this information here, and it's stream guess the base table. So it's grabbing this. I can't zoom in the address bar, but basically there's a part in there that's the base for the Airtable. So that's what we're gonna do. Cool. Okay, so I have the local site here for the site for doing development. So if I run NTL dev, so this is going to start the Netlify dev server, and you don't always have to run the Netlify dev server. You can run like the framework specific command. Like I could just run npm run dev to start Astro. But the nice thing about like Netlify or Vercel or whatever you're using, typically their CLI does things like inject environment variables. I'm pretty sure Vercel does that. I honestly don't know, but I feel like they probably do. So you can see here, it's injecting my environment variables, which I need. So that's going to be super handy. And let's go to localhost. It's 4321. Let that load up. Or did that already load up? It's that fast? Okay, yeah, we're already there. Okay, cool. You can see there's the Astro Dev Tools, and okay, no islands detected. That's true. And that's also just another great reminder about Astro is unless you're doing something interactive, it ships literally zero JavaScript. I haven't used the dev tools a lot yet. Just open them honestly. Um, but It's nice to see what's in here. That's probably worth a whole stream to maybe go through that potentially, but or maybe not. I don't know. Disable notifications and stuff. Okay, cool. Let's just close that for now. So I have that, and so we kind of want to get started. So the dev server is running, so I'm just gonna hide my terminal there just so we can get some real estate. And I'm gonna bring out the side here, and so we need a new page. So I'm gonna create a new page, and I'm just gonna go ahead and call it schedule dot Astro. And another thing to mention about Astro is like I'm doing this with an Astro component, but when you're doing islands, you use whatever framework you want to use, React, Vue, whatever. Hey, how's it going, Subhansu? Thanks for joining. Um, but I haven't done it, but I don't there's no reason why you couldn't even have your top level component as whatever framework you're using. Um, maybe that's I don't think that's a limitation of Astro, but that's something you could do. I prefer to stay with the Astro component at the top level because then you have access to like a lot of things like, the Astro object and stuff where you can get like stuff related to the request and stuff. So we're going to start off here. Let me close this and let's just put some code. I think the code fences. That's where we're going to have our TypeScript. And then let's do here, let's have a main because we want to make it accessible. And we'll just say for now, there's not going to be a lot of styling in here today, probably, maybe. We'll see. I'm using, pretty sure I added Tailwind to this project. Yeah. Okay. Uh, I'm using Tailwind. People have opinions, obviously, but I started using Tailwind professionally at work because that's what we had. So I'm just going with it. I think it's a pretty decent tool, honestly. But at the end of the day, it's just a tool. Okay. So let's just call this stream schedule. There we go. And if folks have questions, go for it. It's gonna be a lot of live coding today. I'm literally gonna build out the schedule and hopefully we get to it. So we can see this. I have a schedule component page. So let's go to schedule. There we go. All right, cool. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up another VS Code. I'm gonna open up nicket.co, which is my actual website. I don't have it saved on my work machine. So hold on a sec. Let's open it. Uh, dev OSS nicket.co open. Uh, little pro tip if you're using VS Code, there's a great extension called Project Manager. So I'm gonna go ahead and save this project in Project Manager, and just by default it grabs the folder name. And so basically you can do Command Alt P, and this is a list of all the projects I have, and it's just a quick way to get to it instead of doing like Command Open and so on. If you're on Windows, it's probably Control Alt P. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so I have this schedule, stream schedule markdown. Okay, so you can see here, like, let me zoom this in. Let's close the terminal. Let's bring this over. So in my current 11 site, I'm using an edge function that literally just replaces this. So like if we look for this, you're going to see I have this edge function that does all that. So I'm basically going to pull in a lot of this stuff and bring it over here. So let's go ahead and let's bring in this first. Now it's using a netlify edge function. So you're going to see there's like references to Dino. So dino.env. So I'm going to have to change that. Let's paste this over here, and obviously it's complaining about it. But instead of Dino, we can actually use a more modern import.env, I believe. Is that it? Import.env. I think that's it. Is that it? It's not a valid meta property. Did you mean? Oh yeah, import.meta. That it? No, let me look it up. One sec. I know there's a new syntax. Import in env dot meta esm. Import meta.env. Sorry. Okay, there we go. So let's come over here and .env. Okay, that's all good. Now I'm gonna destructure it instead. So let's just do this, and I'm gonna grab the other one too that I need. And these are environment variables. If you're just joining, that I've already defined. They're already deployed to my site on Netlify, so they're available. Import meta, not meta, env. Okay, so now we've got that there. And we can test that this is working on the server side. So I'm gonna change I'm gonna change this here, the condition, so it fails. So if I save this, okay, so there you go. So I have this set up so that it reports that I'm missing required environment variables in case I forgot. So that's kind of the first part. Let's come over here. Uh, I accidentally opened Slack instead of alt tabbing, which is what I wanted to do. Okay, so we've got all that part here. I'm just gonna delete stuff as we go, or maybe not. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to mention here is, and we didn't dig into it yet, but when somebody requests the page, I see what language they're in, and I also get the time zone from the geo, and um, that gives us like the time zone, like Eastern, and I also have the language. And I don't think I'm using the language right now. I think at one point I think I was oh no, the language was important too because it might show the date time in like that language. Like if you're in French, it might say like it'll show like military time, like says sorry, speaking French here now. Instead of 4 p.m. it would say like 16 hours, for example. So those two things are taken into account. Um, but the things we do want to do is like I cache this page here. So I'm caching it for 2 hours. And then I also create this custom header called time zone. And this is something that, depending on how new you are to web development, you might not be aware of this header, but there's a vary header. And you can basically say, I want to cache these things, but vary it on X number of headers. So in this case, I'm saying the accepted language and this X dash time zone header that I created. And this allows me to serve the page once with each of those combos, and it'll stay cached for 2 hours. And this is good for just performance reasons. Um, I had the cache a lot longer, and then I brought it down to like 2 hours because I think sometimes I had to tweak the schedule. And, like if it's the day of, I couldn't do it without, I'd have to do a full deploy, I think, or something. So I brought the cache time down. But, anyways, so we're going to put those headers back in later. Or so let's see. Do put in headers for caching. And there's also astro.locals.netlify. And this is kind of the equivalent of getting the geo data. So I'm pretty sure if we do dot geo, now TypeScript's going to complain because it doesn't know about that. Astro has app.locals typed, but after that, like depending on the platform, it's not there. Um, that could be something, maybe a pull request to Astro, maybe to the code base for updating the types. But let's go ahead and do this. And I'm going to do const time zone. And I put a blank time zone in case there isn't one. Okay. And let's get rid of that. Okay. Now it's still complaining about the Netlify, and I'll show you how to fix that in a bit. You can do something in TypeScript called declaration merging. Okay. So let's go ahead and uh, time zone. I think I got this right. Is and let's do time zone. Okay, now let's come back to the page. Okay, error, reading properties, time zone. Maybe, okay, let's see what's in the Netlify object because I forget what's in it. So let's actually do this. Let's do, we're going to do a pre, let's do code, and let's do JSON dot stringify. And we're going to say astro.locals.netlify. We'll say null too. So null is a callback where you can use in JSON.stringify to remove stuff or alter how it gets deserialized, or sorry, how it gets serialized. And then the two is just means two spaces. So let's come back here. Please use Astro cookies instead. Why is it saying that? Let's try astro.locals maybe. Hmm. Okay. You know what? Let's log it out in the server. Yeah, the thing, yeah, that'll we'll put that up on the big screen. I'll remember to pull it down, Brian. Yeah. No, TypeScript's really great. The types are way better now because I've been using TypeScript since 2015, and a long time ago, it's like you had to basically make up types, and this is why the definitely type project exists. And this is where stuff like the React types are, at least right now. I think there's a movement on actually bringing the React types into React via JS JS doc comments, but maybe I'm imagining that. Um, the nice thing about, well, I think TypeScript's a little weird in the sense that it's a language bolted on of another language to work the way that language works. It is its own language, but like you have to do, they have to do things basically to make sure that it works like the way JavaScript is supposed to work. But there's a neat thing you can do with is like, say there's types missing for something, you can do declaration merging, and this is a handy way to basically extend existing types. And I did this the other day. Chance Strickland shared this for React. Like, you have, when you do styling in React, like if you happen to use inline style, like sometimes you need to, there's a style object in there and it has keys in it, and it's all the CSS properties. So like you'll see like background, etc. But if you use something like a CSS variable, it doesn't recognize those. So I had to do a custom. I had to basically enhance the type. And let me go ahead and just find that real quick because I think it's a good example. Open source slash. Ah, yeah. Thank you. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah. So, okay, so I'm glad you've got that there. So, um, okay, and I'll show you an example just because it's like I said, I think it's good. Let's go here. Just gonna go to some work I did recently just to show this example. So this, what I want to show you is an example of declaration merging in TypeScript, and this is what we're gonna do to get that astro.locals.netlify. So I've been a little busy. I think it's in this one, screen fixes. All right. And yes, I remember to take it off the Jumbotron this time. I'm getting better there, Brian. Okay, is it this one? Or you know what? Let's just go for the types. Because I don't remember which PR it is, but let's go press T to go look for files, and let's go for next types. That's where it is. Okay, yeah, here it is. So basically, yeah, and also whenever you get stuff from people, give them a shout out. So this is where I got it from. I've used declaration merging before, but in this particular case, I hadn't used it. So check out that link that Chance put on LinkedIn. So essentially, this is what declaration merging is. So the types in React are in this module called React, and there's like a CSS properties interface. So think of that as literally all the properties and their types of anything that can be a style property. And so basically what we're doing here is we're extending the existing ones and we're adding this other key here, which says allow anything where the key is dash dash and some string, and then it's either a string or a number. And this is what allows you to add custom, CSS properties into a React code base if it's using TypeScript so that TypeScript doesn't complain. And these are like kind of fancier types because they actually use template strings. So you can see here, if I zoom in, whoa, super big here, you're gonna see that it's got a template string in the type. And this is basically TypeScript saying, okay, I know I understand template strings, so I understand that the type for this key is dash dash and then any string. And that's just a neat way to extend things here. So I just wanted to show that. And that's what we're going to do for our use case. So let's come over here. And so like Brian said, it's astro.local netlify context. That makes sense because it was context on the other one. So let's do this and let's put P. My time zone is time zone. Okay. Okay, and it's telling me it's nothing. Okay, maybe that's true. I don't know. Netlify.context. You know what? Let's go ahead and see what the server says. Doo-doo. This could be because I'm doing local development. So let's do console.dir. I think it's because I'm doing local development. Okay, now I'm going to save that. The page is going to refresh. And let's take a peek here. Okay, so yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, I remember this because I actually updated the Netlify CLI when I was working there to have some mock information. But mind you, the time zone should be UTC. So what did I do wrong there? So okay, so let's take a quick peek here. Netlify.context.geo.timezone. That looks good. Let's just do the full thing, maybe. Maybe there's an issue with destructuring it. Oh, yeah. See? That's why we got people in the chat. Yeah. I just need to learn how to type, Brian. That's all. Okay. And okay, if it's funny that you were complaining about TypeScript before, but this is the kind of thing once I fix that type, this won't be an issue for me. So so we're seeing here it's loading UTC. It's loading UTC even though I'm in Eastern time because it's the mock data when you're using the Netlify CLI. This is also handy because you can use the Netlify CLI offline, so that's why that mock information is there. But if we were to deploy this, you would see that for on my screen at least, it would show Eastern time zone. Okay, so let's do this. Let's get rid of this. Let's fix this here. So I'm going to say go, let's make this a bit bigger maybe. Let's go to the types. So you can right click and you can say go to definition. And this is going to give you the types for Astro here. So you can see here there's this Astro shared context, local.app locals. So I'm going to go to this type, go to definition again. Uh, let's see, where's context, locals, app.locals. Why is it not finding that? Go to definition. Okay, so let's try this. Okay, let's open up the sidebar here. And I'm just going to create a folder called types. You can put this anywhere, but let's just go in here. New folder, types, Astro extended .d.ts. So that's a TypeScript definition file. It's not a TypeScript file per se. And we can come in here and then we can say like Astro and then should be declare module Astro And then I think we can say locals, and in there we could do netlify. We could do geo, and then okay, so it's already got it. That looks good, and time zone. Okay. I think this should be. I don't think I got that completely right because if we come here, yeah, it's still complaining. So let's go to app.locals. How did I have this opened? Okay, now the type is showing. Yeah, it's a namespace. That's why. Okay. Sometimes it's a namespace. Sometimes it's a module. So let's come here. Let's go back to Astro extended. We'll say declare namespace app locals, and let me put this side by side. Okay, let's close this. Let's get some real estate. And so we have this export interface locals and there. Okay, now it lights up. Now if we come over here, I don't have it right yet. Let's see here. Go to definition. Okay, yeah, it's still going in there. Declare namespace app locals. Let's see, what am I missing here? I won't dwell on this too much, but let's see here. Astro.locals. Let's see. I wonder. Yeah, that's good. Let's go extended. What doesn't it like? Export interface locals. Netlify. That all looks good. But let's see here. Astro.locals. Go to definition. It's still going there. Um, Let me see. How did I do that? I'll figure it out after probably. But I'm not extending it properly. Let's see here. Declare namespace. Let's go to where Astro is and see. So Astro shared context props extends record string. And that's part of what this is all the type definitions that Astro generates. Let's see here. I had this. Let's see here. Let's go up. Whoops. I'm changing the types. Don't do that. Okay. Let's go to the top here. Okay. Where is it? Astro Globals. Export interface. Astro Global. Okay. I'm doing something wrong in the type there, but that is the idea. Let's see. Export. Oh, you know what? I think I did it. Is that what I did? Maybe I did it right in the page. Let's see. Typically, you don't need to do this in the page, but let's just try it up here. And let's do app dot. No, that's not going to work. Okay, I'm not going to dwell on it too much, but uh, I know how to fix it. I'm just doing it incorrectly. But you essentially need to extend the type. So we can revisit this. There's something I'm missing in there. It is kind of bugging me though. Um, you know what? Let's just move on. But that's the general idea. I'm there's something in here like it's exporting for app, but there's something I'm missing in there still. So, anyways, let's move on. If we get time at the end, I'll take a peek at that. So we've got our that's all good. So let's bring this back over here. Let's close a couple things. Okay, and let's bring back the schedule. Okay, good. Now let's come back over to the 11D site and let's just start building out the markup here. So I need the schedule markup. So let's go to that. And so get schedule markup. 11D operates a little differently. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab this. That's the stream links. Here it is. Okay, so get schedule markup. This is essentially getting the info. Stream guest info is what I showed in the Airtable before. And so we're getting the localized date and everything. Okay, so essentially I am going to just pretty much put this whole thing in over there. And then we'll kind of dissect things. Or let's see here. Li post item h2 header guest. Okay, that's an individual guest, and I'm joining. Okay, yeah. So this is what we want. We basically just want an unordered list first. Okay, and in there we're gonna. It's the schedule markup, so we could do that. We could say get schedule markup and the schedule. So get schedule. We don't actually want the markup because we want to. We're not just putting a string in there, so we want to actually build this out, and we'll probably make a component. So let's do schedule, and I'm gonna keep this all as Astro components for now, at least, because I think it makes sense. I don't think we'll need to do any React components. Okay, so this is it, and that's kind of the template. And if we come back to the stream schedule, get schedule markup. So this is what we have here. I'm going to use the same things, but we're going to use these as props in Astro. So we're going to say schedule equals schedule, which doesn't exist yet. I know. Locale. Yeah, we'll get locale. And then time zone. And let's see here. Did I miss any chat? No, okay, I'm not missing any chat. Okay, and then we're gonna add the time zone here. And let's do that. Okay, so we got time zone, but no locale and schedule. So let's do the locale was coming from, let's go to definition. Where did I have that? Locale. Okay, yeah. So here's the locale. So we're gonna have to dig into the headers in Astro. So this doesn't exist, but if we do Astro dot quest dot headers, boom, there we go. And if let's make this a little bigger for the moment, and then let's do Astro dot quest headers. There we go. And so we got locale time zone. We don't have the schedule yet. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's see here. Const schedule. Gonna make it an empty object for the moment, and we're gonna create this schedule component. So let's come over here and let's go into components and new file. We'll say schedule.astro. And then we've got our code fences, and we're gonna get the props out of there. So we need a interface since we're using TypeScript, and we'll just call it props, or we can say schedule props. Let's do that. And then it should do locale, string, time zone, string, and then schedule. And we're just going to call it stream schedule. And we can fix that after. I'll just put that in these global types for now. Let's just do interface. Or you know what? We'll just say type schedule equals any temporarily. So if we come back here, schedule, did it find that yet? It should pick that up. Oh, you know what it is? I don't think it's picking up my types. I think that's what the issue is. Let's move it down to the root. Is that it? Let's restart the TypeScript server. Why can't I restart the TypeScript server? Restart type. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so why isn't that type? Let's close this off for now. String schedule, that's good. Okay, I might have to just do an explicit import, I guess. So let's just do this. Let's do types in here. Types, uh, streaming, sh- streaming. No, that's a bad name. Stream dot ts, and let's just put stream schedule in here. Duplicate. Okay, so it is recognizing it. Okay, so it's not that. I think Astro wants me to import it even though it's in there. So let's delete this. And let's do this. Schedule. Let's do import schedule from app types. That doesn't sound right. Types. Yeah, sure. I'm not having a good day with types here. Why isn't it not liking that? Import. Hmm. Okay. Anyways, I'll worry about that later. Let's always later. Let's just do stream schedule here then. Equals any. We can export that type, I guess, and let's just delete it from here for now. Put that back. Okay, so we got that. We got schedule props, and then here we can do const, and then astro.props. We can say here. There we go. Okay. And they're unused is what they're saying. I'll just show, yeah, totally. Okay. And let's have a schedule here now. So we're gonna do, we'll have our UL, and then we'll do schedule. Sure. I don't think that's what it is. Let's just put in the other stuff here. So let's do time zone and locale. Okay, those are good. Locale and time zone, they're there. Schedule props, they're there. I don't know what it's complaining about, but let's go back here. And we actually don't need this here. We don't need pre. Okay, cool. So let's come back to our browser. Schedule is not defined. Okay, that is very true, possibly. Where am I missing that? Error table, const schedule. Oh, I didn't import the component. That's why. There we go. Save that. Okay, you're in there though. So what is not going on? Didn't import it. Should be auto importing. Nope. Okay. Maybe the IntelliSense isn't working, so we'll just import it explicitly. Import. No, it's not spelt Copilot. Are we doing okay? Schedule from components slash. There we go. Okay. There's something up in my editor that's complaining about with local declarations schedule. Where's this local declaration? Schedule. Oh, did I spell things incorrect? No, I didn't. Did I really spell it incorrectly? Schedule. No, that looks schedule. That looks. Is that spelt right? I'm not sure. It looks right. Schedule. Schedule. Yeah, that's right. Okay. I don't know why it looks so weird. Okay. I don't know why it's complaining, but I do know that this prop is there. Yeah, that's right. Why does it look weird, that word? Anyways, okay, so we got the schedule. We don't need this my time zone thing here. We don't need the pre. Okay, so UTC ENUS, that's good. Okay, I still don't know why it's not liking it. Do I not have the Astro? Pretty sure. Yeah, no, I got the Astro language support. So why is it not liking it? Import declaration conflicts with local declaration of schedule. I'm just gonna see where else I see this, but I don't see anything. Let's double check all the files here. Oh, I know what it is. It's because the page is called schedule. Okay, so I should rename the component to something else. That shouldn't matter, but yeah, stream schedule. That might make more sense. Let's rename it. Okay, so let's do stream schedule. Okay, and their schedule, that's good. Change that. Okay, that's good. Okay, that updated. Let's change this and let's do this. Okay, now it's happy. I think it was conflicting with the schedule page. Okay, cool. That's good. Okay, so we're all good there. All right, and we got our schedule. Cool, cool, cool. All right, let's go to the actual component now. And now the types. That's fine. Whatever. Okay. Stream schedule, uh, air table schedule. I don't know. Naming's hard. Okay, and then this is stream schedule props. Probably where I went wrong. There we go. And what's it not liking now? Locales, times, schedule. They're all there. I don't know what you're complaining about. Okay, so let's get back to the 11D code here. And let's go back to schedule markup. So the schedule markup was this function. And so essentially, yeah, schedule time zone, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's go to let's call it stream guest info like I had already. So let's do that. And let's change this here. And let's do this. That way I'll have my typings. I already had my types anyways. So, okay, that's good. Yeah, I'm not selling it. Yeah, yeah. No, it's weird. I'm confused why this is not saying record string any is missing the following properties from types locale. I don't know if that's something I'm doing wrong in Astro, but I don't think so. Like this should be props record string. Hmm. Okay. Well, anyways, let's see here. I think. Oh, maybe I. I have to just call it props and maybe Astro just picks it up. I think that's it maybe. So astro.props dot. Okay, that's what it is. Naming convention in Astro. Yeah, because in when you're in React, you say like whatever component props, and I didn't realize because yeah, I used props elsewhere in Astro, and I didn't realize that the name actually mattered, and that seems to be what it is. Okay, so that's just something I learned today. Okay, so if you do have Astro props in your component, the interface should be named props with capital P. Don't preface it with the name of the component. That's just misunderstanding on my part. Okay, so then we got the markup here. We're getting the schedule. So I'm gonna pull this whole thing in, and it's gonna look kind of wonky. We've got the no, I don't need that part. I don't need that part. It's really just this, and it's gonna be broken for a minute. All right, so then we're gonna come here. I'm gonna say uh, astro.map, or where is it? Schedule, and this is actually an array. Map. Okay, that's okay, whatever. We'll take that for now. Let me clean that up though. Okay, so we want to put the heading and we want to give it an ID. This is for the build. Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's do this. That's going to complain here because this should be heading ID. And then over here, this is stream title, build header, heading anchor, heading ID. Okay. Uh, okay. We'll worry about that after. We just want to get things loading up. Okay, cool. Heading ID is coming from here. So let's add that. Name date. Okay. We don't want that there. We want that down here. Sorry. Okay. We want to return instead. And want to turn. And then in here, boom, boom, boom. Heading ID. And so let's do that. I'll pull these things out into utility functions after. Name string date. Yeah, that's pretty much what I had, I think. Okay, name date stream, and let's just take all this out here. Let's just destructure it instead of stream itself. Okay, cool. There we go. And then we don't need all these. Command Shift L. Gotta close whatchamacallit. I gotta change that shortcut. Loom has a shortcut when I do Command Shift L. Anyways, so let's do this. Get rid of that. Okay, that's good so far. Heading. Okay, guest date. All right. And get localized date. Ooh. Like I mentioned, these will get pulled out into utility functions after. Okay, if hours return, I don't know if that's what I had. Let's go to my actual function, and we'll just pull that out. Won't be exported for now. I'm just keeping everything in here. There we go. Okay, that's good. Guest date, and let's come back to the stream schedule. Yeah, I gotta redeem myself, Brian, for not selling types before. That was just, like I said, misunderstanding on the naming convention in Astro for the type. Okay, so if we go back to the get schedule markup, and we'll do a progress of this shortly. So heading ID, stream title, build, heading anchor ID. Oh, okay, yeah, that's why that's doing that. Okay, yeah, okay, I got you. Okay, the heading anchor, it shows like a little kind of chain thing, so that should be its own component actually. That gets a prop heading ID. So let's we could do that after. So ID, gotta fix that here. Close that, and then yeah, stream title. We don't need H3 here. Stream description. Okay. Well, we'll go through the rest in a sec. Guest date. Yeah, we want to use date time. So I'm showing the original date, and then I'm getting the guest date, which is the localized one. So stream title, let's put that under that. And again, this is not a template string, it's Astro component, so we just got to get rid of that. Okay, you know what? It's looking okay for now. Like we'll keep tweaking it. I want to just start showing something here. Now, this come back to the web page. Okay. Schedule.map is not a function. So let's look at schedule. Oh, yeah, that's right. I in the go back to the page, I set it as an object, not an array. So okay. So nothing's showing up because there's nothing in the schedule right now. So we're gonna get the actual schedule. And you know what? Why don't we go ahead and let's move some of those functions out actually. So let's do export function, export localized date, and let's just go ahead. Boom. Let's come over here and let's just do new file, utils, streaming, utils, or schedule utils. .ts. Okay, we got those exported now. And then now if we close this and come back, it's going to complain, but let's, aren't you pulling it in VS Code? Okay, date. Like something in my editor died today, but that's okay. We can import it still. I was just hoping for it to do it automatically. So let's come up here. Okay, and then we're going to do import and then from utils slash uh boom 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 utils. Did I not go down enough? Let's see here. Up down utils, that's right. Okay, so down one, yeah, utils. Okay. Utils, schedule utils there, and let's paste that in. And cannot find it. Schedule. Oh, because I am missing a letter. All right, that should be it. Okay, and then let's bring in the get heading ID. Now, I'm still suspect as to why it's not pulling this in. I shouldn't have to do .ts. Let's come back and see. Did not import file. Yeah, I get that. Oh, I didn't go down 2 levels. Sorry. There we go. Okay, so now we've got those. Let's just close the types for now, just to get a bit of real estate. Okay, so we got that. We got that. So what we really want to get now is the actual schedule because it's not there. So this is stream guest info. There we go. That's typed. Now, when we get it from, if we go back to the 11D code, where was it? Stream schedule, get schedule markup. Yeah, so this is what we need. All right, let's get some schedule here. And now, yes, I know that doesn't exist yet, so let's go to that. Export async function, get stream schedule. Okay, there we go. There is the big kahuna. Let's copy that and let's come over here and let's go to utils. Just gonna export that here, and that is returning guest info. There we go. Okay, guest fields I'll have to sort out in a second, but if we come back to the schedule, we don't need to. Okay, yeah, I already got rid of it. Okay, so stream schedule, put that up here. Import stream schedule, type guest info. Yeah, sure, that's good. Let's do import, not Airtable, schedule utils. Da-da-da-da. It's a little quiet in the chat today, but that's okay. Enjoying building this out, and I think it's always good to see people struggle sometimes when you're when you're live coding. So, because this is literally what I'd be doing if I was on my own. So, um, okay. So we've got the schedule there. I am missing some types in there. So like we've got our Airtable API key and base ID. Let's go to the definition and guest fields. So this is right here. We need that. Okay. So let's pop that into this file. So this is just it's an array. It's not it's a constant array, but you can obviously modify an array. I'm telling TypeScript to set it as const, so it's not just a string array, it's actually explicitly those values. And there we go, that's good there. Now, I have a feeling if we come over here now, there we go. So we've got the list, sorry, we've got the this is my actual schedule loading now. I've clearly got a typo in there. I added an extra, like I didn't close something properly in the schedule, I think. Where is that? In the title. So if we look for title, yeah, exactly. Just remove this. This is real data now. So already I'm very happy, which is that's good. Okay, it's clearly it's clearly not styled yet. So we can add some style here. So let's do is this the schedule map UL? Okay. So let's add some style here. So we're in Astro, so we don't need to say class name. I'm gonna say list none, which is a tailwind class that's gonna get rid of the dots, or it should. Am I loading it right? ULLI. Let's inspect here. UL list none. Hey, how's it going, Francisco? Thanks for joining us. Just a quick recap because you just joined us. This is the second stream I'm doing on Astro on CFE. Uh, Today we're working on something more practical. It's something I actually need. I need to get my live stream schedule into my Astro site, which is nickit.live. And currently it's in my 11D site, which is my website, and it works well there, but I really want it to be in a separate site. So what I've been doing is I've been porting the code from 11D into Astro and building out components. So we have an Astro page, and then so we've got this Astro page, and it's essentially got this stream schedule component, and that's what we've been building out here, and that's what you see over here. And It's loading up. And I know why I don't have the, Tailwind stuff. It's 'cause I'm the layout, I believe. Yeah. Okay, that's why it's missing. Okay, so let's do that. Okay. There, there. Yeah, let's get that layout in. Cool. Nick Taylor's live streaming schedule. And then let's save that. Okay. It's a little different already. Okay. Now let's go back to the schedule component. Oh, thanks, Francisco. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, uh, I enjoy live coding, and I think when you're doing some practical stuff too, it's kind of handy. I think at least. So yeah, you can see here. So Tailwind's kicking in now because if I remove this, you're gonna see the dots it should reapply. Or oh no, I think that's already being applied somewhere maybe. Um, okay, so let's see here. Let's just put this. It's not the exact layout I want because it's all centered, but whatever. Okay, so we've got the time. Let me make sure I'm not fibbing here. So let's do class equals, then BG red. Why is it not doing that? I think my editor is just not, something died in my editor. Um, okay. Well, we've got the list already. So uh, let's do this. Let's go ahead and make it class equals grid. Let's do gap 4. Why is this not applying? I've got my layout, flex. Okay. Why did it not? Okay, the gap isn't applying maybe? Interesting. Okay, well, whatever. Let's do flex call temporarily. I don't know why the grid didn't kick in. That doesn't really change much in terms of a layout for this, but like, why is gap 4 not working? Let's do something extreme here. Let's do gap dash. Weird. Why is that not applying? It's definitely applying Tailwind, so not sure why that is, but I do see some things here. So like, let's do some cleanup. So in the descriptions, some of the descriptions actually have markup, not yeah, markup, not markdown. So, and this is because I'm typing this in Airtable, and sometimes there's links and stuff. So, what we want to do is we want to allow inner HTML. So, let's go here, and I'm trying to remember how you do this in Astro. Inner allow, what is it? HTML set. There we go. Set HTML. Going to do this. And now think of this as like dangerously set inner HTML in React. And it's the same thing. And now I'm going to save this, and we should see the link there for Infinite Red turn into, yeah, to discuss the Ignite project right here. Okay, so there we go. That's already better. Okay, there's other stuff here like we got to clean up, like all these PPP here. I just said PP, but that's not what I meant to say. Uh, let's come back to here, and let's go back to how we build the stream schedule. And we could probably, you know, make this even its own component, but let's keep going here. We got about 21 minutes left here. I'm just going to do a quick check-in at work. Okay. Nothing's blowing up. That's good. Not that anything ever really blows up, but it's just fun to say that. Okay. So we got the stream schedule. Uh, where's markup? Utils. That's what we want. Okay, so UL, build website link, build YouTube link. Yeah, okay. So this is navigation. Okay, so this is, yeah, it's a little different. So let's do this. Okay, let's do what I had originally and come over here. Okay, now obviously this is gonna go boom, but let's do GitHub. If GitHub equals Nikki T. Okay, yeah, I see. We'll say null. Otherwise, uh, what I'm doing here is I'm converting template strings to Astro component format, and this should be null. And this shouldn't be there like that. Okay, that should be okay. Like if we, yeah, that's good. Like, so if we comment this out for a sec, actually, I don't know if that's how you comment out in Astro, but so the title, name, title. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, I gotcha. Okay, so if it's a title, div guess that. Okay, so that should be okay. Let's take a peek. Okay, and just to make sure that this is actually doing that, comma title. If GitHub equals Nikki T online, no. Otherwise, div guest name. Okay, yeah, yeah. So yeah, this is right. So if I type this now, yeah, okay, cool. Basically, sometimes I'm on the schedule because I'm live streaming, so I don't want to say guest because it's my own stream. So that's what that is. Let's put this back here now. And okay, so there's build, all these different links here. So just gonna do this, 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 YouTube stream link, this, stream description, this. We don't need this. This is from my other site. And we got to do the set HTML like I was saying before, equals, and let's close that. And otherwise it's null. Okay, get stream links. Okay, let's comment some of this stuff out for now. Okay, let's just do this one. I think I think in Astro, I don't know if it's like JSX. Nice, that works for now. Okay, so we got these functions here. So I'm gonna pull those functions from the 11D code base. So let's go to definition. And you know what? These things are probably components themselves. So yeah, exactly. So it's really a component. Okay, so let's see here. Build, build, build. Function builds website link. Okay, yeah, they're all here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do something nuclear for now. So I'm going to copy this whole file, everything. Okay. And I'm gonna just set it as inner HTML with the set HTML, and this will be temporary. So let's do this. Uh, let's come back here. Let's add all these other things here. So there's all these other functions, and that's good. And if we come back to the schedule, and then UL. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna change this to set HTML equals, and then yeah, equals this. It's gonna be a template string for now because that's what I was doing in 11D. But I will refactor this to um, components after. But let's do that for now. Whoops. Okay. And is that right? You build with that set. Oh yeah, sorry, these are template strings again. So these have got to be this, this, and this, and then that, and then close. Okay, so that's good. We obviously don't have the actual functions imported yet. So let's see if my editor will finally do this. No? Okay. All right. We'll have to do it manually again. There. Okay. Build. There we go. Now, why didn't it like these streams? Did they not export? Oh, okay, they're not exported. That's why. I can't remember why those aren't. Oh, maybe because in 11D I didn't need to export them. Let's just do these one at a time. And again, like I mentioned, I'm doing it this way for now just so we can get it on the page. But these like build Twitch link and all that, it should either be a component. Well, it should be a component because it's saying build link, but it's really building the markup, which really should be a component. Okay, so let's go there. Okay, build that. Oh, really? I wasn't exporting that? Okay, cool. Uh, cannot redeclare. Oh, I think did I redeclare them? Okay, sure. Export. Okay. Okay, yeah, I already redeclared these. So this. Let's delete those. Again, I'm literally just bringing in all these functions. And if we come back to the schedule here, there we go. And now something's wrong. JSX element UL has no closing. Okay. So clearly, let's come see here. It also thinks that the Astro component is JSX, but okay. So there's clearly something I messed up here. Div, nav, class, nav. Oh, I didn't close the div, I don't think. Stream description, div. Let's see here. It's something in here. So let's just copy that out and then nav. Okay, UL expected. Okay. Uh, li. Okay, what's missing here? Schedule.map. That seems okay. That seems okay. Hmm. Okay. Let's put stuff back here and let's backtrack and see what's up. Let's open this. So schedule, return. Li element has no corresponding close tag. So this is good. This is good. Div has no closing. So I think this might be part of the problem. All right, there. What theme I'm using? At the moment, I am using. Uh, what am I using? I'm just using the default light modern. Uh, I kind of flip flop between them. Like I love the themes from Sarah Drasner, like Night Owl and Fortnite. I've used the Astro theme a lot, but I'm back on just a light theme and just ended up with the default. Okay, so I clearly copy pasted something or I messed up my component here somewhere. So stream description. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's the stream description. So this, null, null. Maybe it's just that. Nope, it's not just that. Let's see. Is it the nav? I feel like it's in here. No? Okay. We're pretty close. You know, we had well, we saw it rendering before, but yeah, something's off here. Div. Okay, no, that should be good. Let's just close this li. Okay, that seems good. And this, okay, that's fixed. So if we come back to here, we've got the schedule again. And so now I just got to see what I put in that was not right. So let's just let's just fix this up now. So this whole part here that there's something up. So, okay, we don't, that's okay. We don't need the div. Okay. And what else? Okay, so we got the nav. Yeah, okay. So let's do this. Stream description. Let's put this up here. Div. Okay. Clean up some of this markup after, but okay. There. That's okay. Let's get rid of this. Okay, what did it not like there? Div. Oh, you know what? This could be actually set. Oh yeah, p set. Yeah, why am I doing that? Stream description. Okay, yeah, this doesn't need to be in a div actually. Got a paragraph here. Okay, p. Oh yeah, no problem, Francisco. Okay, cool. There. I think that's okay. Okay, expected colon but found. Yeah, sure. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's because I've got a template string there. So let's save that. Okay, so that's good. It's just a little confusing because I'm coming from template strings, pulling out stuff, and then putting it in here. So that's kind of the main crux of it. But okay, let's paste the rest in here. So we don't need the stream description. Got that. Okay, we've got the nav. So let's see. Yeah, that should be good. All right. Okay. Obviously, this stuff is not lining up properly. So we could say class equals flex. Okay. There we go. Okay. That's a bit better. There's like obviously spacing and stuff. So bear with me. Like the stream is definitely not to get it completely styled, but like I'm already happy that we're getting in everything here. And then so uh yeah, so if there's a YouTube stream link, get that too. So let's do that. Whoops. And let's get that. And the YouTube stream link, if we come back to here, okay, get stream links. That's here, and that's in markup utils. Again, another. Okay, let's bring that over here, and let's come to schedule utils. Um, hopefully, yeah, let's get that in here. We got about 7 minutes. Can probably go a little over, but let's just put this in as well. Okay. Okay, it's already in there. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, when I copied the whole thing. So get stream links. Okay, it's already exported. That's good. Come back here. Let's add it up here. Okay, we are Gucci. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now you're complaining about something because that should be null otherwise. Okay. So we're getting more stuff here. Like in some cases, there's YouTube links. Um, obviously, the styling looks terrible right now. I'm not too worried about that. But let's look at converting one of these. So like build website link. I'm gonna pull it out and let's. It's gonna be, yeah. We'll just create a new UL, which will become the final UL after. And we're gonna say uh, website, and then we're gonna say uh, name to prop, and we're gonna say website, or you know what? Let's say URL. website. There we go. That's our component. And you know what? I'm gonna put the li here because I don't think that should be in the component. It's the decision. But okay, so we don't have this. Let's call it guest website. Or you know what? Website's good enough because maybe it gets reused elsewhere. Naming is hard as always. So okay, and then let's get rid of build website link. And you know what? I'm gonna hide these for now. So let's just do this. And yeah, okay. Let's come to components. Let's do new file. We're gonna say website Astro. Okay, let's put some code fences in. There we go. That's not what I want. The 5 best free online courses for learning Python. Thank you, ChatGPT, but that is 100% not what I want. Okay, get website link. So let's see here. Get, whoops, fine, get website link. Uh, was that it? What was it called? Oh, build website link. Oh yeah, that's it. Okay, let's go back to that. Find build website link. Let's go to definition. Boom, boom, boom. This is what I want. Okay, name website. Um, that should always be a string, but okay. Anyways, let's take this whole thing here and boom. Oh, okay. This was just saying if not website. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. So this is really what we want. We don't even want the li. We just really want this. It's a SVG, which could be its own thing, but let's do this. Let's um, again, it's not template strings here, so we're using Astro syntax. So there, and this is okay. In this case, it actually is a template string for this part, but um, there, comma there. Okay, cool. Yeah, name is deprecated. Okay, it's not the name you think. Okay, visually hidden. We could also use the title, I guess. Um, href title. Yeah, the SVG could have a title, but uh, yeah, we don't need this necessarily. We could give the SVG the title, or is it SVG has a title property, right? So let's do this title. And let's just do this names website. Let's get rid of that. And let's do this. Yeah, we got it's 229. I'm gonna do this component and then we should be good. This should be URL. Okay, so we got name and URL. That's essentially all we want out of that component. So we want to create an interface. Props, it has to be called props, as I learned earlier. So const, and then this should kick in. Yeah, there we go. Astro, except it's not props, it's astro.props. Okay, so there we go. Now if we come back here, okay, there's an error. This component's good. Thank you for auto formatting. Now, if we come back here, okay, it's not imported. So there, we want to, I don't know why it's not auto importing. Anyways, let's do import. Okay, and there we go. And so this is the website component now, and we can confirm that if we do, let's see here, let's change the color to red, and there you go. So we can see that it's the actual component now. And essentially, I would want to do that for the rest of them here. Like if we come back to the Astro schedule component, um, yeah, I would totally want to do this for all these others. I know we're at time though. I do want to be mindful of people's times. So hopefully you found this interesting. I thought it would be fun to do something like real in the sense that not that what I also do normally isn't real. It's just this is something I needed. I was also porting it from 11e to Astro. We touched on creating another Astro page. We created some more Astro components. We dove into how we have Astro props. We touched on some TypeScript types. I'm still not sure why in the extended type here that I couldn't get this working. I will report back on that though. Um, but yeah, thanks everybody for joining, and yeah, we will see you, I guess, in the next one, which will be in a month. And yeah, take care, everybody.